Hello friends, this is Scott, and that's how the Egyptian walking onions look when they're just growing, and they're the great green onions at this stage. So this is kind of the never-ending green onion supply. Before they put on their candlestick phase and they put the bulbs on the tips of their leaves, and then now it's time to pick and harvest, and this is kind of why they're called walking onions, as you see here. They get heavy, they dry up a little bit, and they fall over, and then wherever they fall over, you see those bulb clusters. Wherever they touch the ground, they're going to, root up and they're going to start growing again. So that's why they walk or how they walk is they just fall over and they just create new plants and then off they go. So this can be a fairly invasive crop, but they're not that hard to get rid of. You can pick them up pretty easy. Now there's a look at the bulb that grew this year, and it kind of pulled itself out of the ground with the weight of the tops. But that's about as big as Egyptian walking onion bulbs get. And I'll show you some. There's some more. So they're like a large green onion. You can eat them at this phase all the way through the summer if you'd like, if you have enough of them anyway, if you don't have them so that you need them to reproduce. So I did pull up one plant, and there's how many bulbs were in one cluster that had touched the ground and rooted, or I had put them, planted a whole cluster, I think. So yeah, that's how they look. Take a little closer up at the tops. And as you see, they go down and they touch the ground, and that one will root if I'd leave it there. So, yeah, we don't want them throughout the entire garden, but I'm picking some today for the hobby farm and a taste test. And there's one of my harvest baskets that I used to make and sell at the farmers markets. So those were very popular items. I'd make them in various different sizes for different types of crops. And so for this little project, I need some clippers too, but that's kind of overkill. I could just snap them off with my fingers too, but the clippers make it a little bit quicker. So harvesting is as simple as just cutting off the little bulb tops and get as many as you can, or as many as you want, and then the rest you just kind of leave, or either pick them to eat them, or pick them to give them to somebody, or plant them in another garden. So again, I'm going to take these to the hobby farm. I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to put them. I haven't created the bed yet, but they'll store for a while, so I've got some time. But I want to have this type of crop down there. I want to start moving stuff from this land, this lot to the hobby farm, just so I don't have to buy so many other types of plants. It'll cut down on some cost savings, and why not reproduce and just use what you got instead of having to spend money for them. So I'm just going through here, and I'm just going to pick quite a few because I'll make a pretty good sized bed down there. And I do want to eat some of these, and I want to show you here at the end of the video how these taste, and to give you a little bit of a taste test. So again, you can eat them at the green onion stage. They're a little bit beyond, where I would eat them as a green onion right now. But all the way up to this point, they're good to eat. Now it's time for bulbs. And I have tasted these in the past, but it's not something, because the bulbs are so small, that I'll use on a regular basis. If you have a small, you're making eggs or something, you just want a little bit of onion, it's great to grab a couple of these little bulbs and chop them up. They're the perfect size. That way you don't have to cut open a nice large bulb and have it sit in the fridge, while you're waiting to use it up. So you can use a few of these and serve the same purpose. And I think the flavor might be a little stronger, as we'll see. But I'm speeding up the picking here just to get through this. And you see Mr. Lincoln running around in the background. But I'm going to get quite a few, because I want to take these down. There's a look at what I harvested today. On the top is this year's bulbs, and then that's this year's bulb. That where it planted, it grew out of that bulb, and so we'll see how that tastes. And then we're going to take a couple of these little heads, or little onions, and we're going to break them up and cut them up and skin them and eat them. So that's how many I picked today. As you see, there's this year's what they grew from, and then all the ones I picked on the right. So there's tons there. I mean, you can plant them in the little clusters, or you can separate them out, and then they'll create new clusters. So it just depends on how quick you want your Egyptian onion bed to grow. There's a good look at how many are on a typical head. There's probably 10 there, I think. But, there's all different sizes. But they're not big, So, again, a couple of those little heads chopped up will do you in most little recipes for if it's single serving kind of stuff in dishes. But so here it is. I'm tasting the actual bulb from this year that grew at the plant. And I'm pondering on it. And it's a little bit spicier, but it's still oniony. It tastes pretty good. But it's a little spicy. Yeah, you'll see here. But when I taste the tops, the new growth, the new little bulbs, let's see how I react to this. Seems kind of similar, and then all of a sudden, ooh, there it goes, and then it made me sneeze. So I don't know if that was just a Yeah, just a one-time thing, but yeah, they're not super spicy. They're not like horseradish, but they get up in your nose a little bit, so they're a little spicy addition to your meals. So anyway, I try Egyptian walking onions. If you have room in your garden, just know they will spread, and you can eat them as green onions and eat them as little bit bulbs, and they're a great way to extend the onion crop. Well, thanks for watching this video. If you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button, like, share, and comment, as I'd love to hear from you. Thank you.